What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more synth pop. We're going to listen to a group that consists of two of my favorite musicians since my childhood. But first I want to give it a shout out to Han Solo, a friend of the channel. Not only has provided me with a lot of insight and sort of context and perspective on early 80s groups I grew up listening to, Depeche Mode, Yazoo, Erasure, but has sort of like helped me understand those groups and particularly Vince Clarke's musical sort of heritage much more fully than I ever did as I was growing up and even into recent years. So shout out to Han Solo, often with a funny joke, sometimes critical of my beloved Depeche Mode, but hey, there's no hard feelings there. I do get his point in some cases, and ultimately, yeah, I enjoy someone who is a bit irreverent and likes making jokes about things. So again, shout out to Han Solo, who has shared a number of things with me. I'm going to get through all of them eventually, but I did want to start with VCMG, which stands for Vince Clarke and Martin Gore, two of the founding members of Depeche Mode. Many of you will know Vince Clarke left after the first album, Speak and Spell, which I now understand, partly through Han Solo, that, you know, an issue is that they were becoming so popular and becoming, you know, in the music press and, you know, large fan base and sort of expectations to be on camera and to be sort of charismatic and so on. I think the spotlight was a bit too much for him, and he preferred being, you know, sort of the musician in the background and not having to sort of stand out and always be doing interviews and so on. And again, Han Solo mentioned that, you know, once he found Andy Bell, who was very much, you know, kind of a performing diva and like very much an energetic like frontman to the group, that allowed Vince to sort of do, you know, things the way he likes to do, and it's a really good fit. So yeah, shout out to Vince, and then of course Martin Gore, again, one of the founding members of Depeche Mode, but who essentially took over the main musical and synthesizer responsibilities upon Vince leaving. And I'm so excited to hear a collaboration among them, not only because of, you know, the way that they sort of went separate ways, and although I would say, and I understand this more now, the degree to which Vince's composition and synthesizer work influenced Martin and the Depeche Mode albums that followed in the next few years. But yeah, I'm so excited to hear them collaborate again after such a long time. Han Solo had sent me a link to an interview where, you know, it was both of them talking, and it was so great to see. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. The album is from 2012. It's called Ssss. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's get started. The very first tune in the track list is called Lowly, which, you know, in terms of a title, just to speculate a little bit, it is a single word title and it is actually an adjective. But lowly is often used to degrade or at least lower expectations in relation to something's significance or status. Like, oh, you know, it's not a big deal, it's just a lowly, you know, little local problem or whatever. He's just a lowly, like, bureaucrat on a, you know, high, like a very high, like, power hierarchy. It's a way, like, that you would indicate something does not have very prominent status within some larger context. So, Lowly as an album opening track name is a very interesting choice, so not quite sure what to make of it. We'll have to see how it manifests, but let's get to it. This is VCMG from their 2012 album Ssss, and the tune is called Lowly. Oh wow. Ugh. To say, but I'm like paralyzed. It's like a digital Sauron awakening. Yeah. Come on. Gritty, grinding bass. Like big dance vibes, but still like synth pop vibes too. much is like, I don't want to talk too much, but a little high beeping like a watch timer, some like liquidy kind of bubble sounds, almost acid-like. Down-tempo meaning like trance but slower. Even the bass too. Everything's like ebbing in, like it's like a tide. Ebbing and receding. I really could use this in one of my ambient excursions for real. Buzzing electric layer, that feels very 80s synth pop. I love it. Like the new and the old, like paying homage, but also accounting for the years between that and this. Oh, brilliant. I mean, that is such a cool beginning to this album. I assume at some point we're going to hear Martin sing. I would not be surprised. I know Vince does sing in some cases. Like there's a... Oh, that's right. That's one of the things Han Solo sent me, is a tune that was on Upstairs at Eric's, or was it You and Me? It's one of the Yazoo albums, but the American version had a different tune to finish the album, and the one in question wasn't on the American release. So I know Han Solo did send me that, so I'll get to that one eventually. But yeah, like I said, I expect to hear Martin singing, but that was a very cool, electric and engaging instrumental synth pop slash trance slash like Sibian down tempo. Like it was something like incorporating elements of all those things. But yeah, that was brilliant. I really enjoyed it. Looking forward to the rest of the album. Once again, shout out to Han Solo. Let me know what you think. Other than that, I will see you next time.